True happiness comes when you embrace every moment, no matter the circumstances. Happiness isn't about having everything perfect. It's about making the best of what you have. Have you ever asked yourself, why do I feel unhappy even when I try my best to stay positive? Or how can some people stay calm, peaceful, and even joyful in the middle of chaos? If you've ever felt like your happiness depends too much on your situation, you're not alone. Many people feel the same way. But here's the truth. Happiness doesn't come from perfect conditions. It comes from how you choose to respond to life. Every single day, this video is about real happiness, the kind that stays with you when things go right, and even when they don't. You're going to learn how to take back control of your emotions, how to handle stress without losing your peace, and how to stay strong inside no matter what's happening outside. These aren't vague ideas. These are practical, proven steps that can change your mindset and lift your life. If you want to stop letting your mood be controlled by outside events and finally feel good about your life from the inside out, then stay with me. We're going to talk about how to be truly happy in every situation. Now let's dive in. Number 1, choose happiness by focusing on what you can control. Happiness is not something you wait for. It's not something that magically appears when life goes the way you want. It is something you create by taking control of what you focus on every single day. Too many people spend their time worrying about things they can't change. They stress over the past, fear the future, and let other people's opinions dictate their emotions. But the truth is, the moment you shift your focus to what you can control, you take back your power. Think about how much time and energy people waste on things outside their control. They get upset because someone didn't treat them right. They complain about the economy, the government, or the traffic. They spend hours scrolling through social media, comparing themselves to others, feeling frustrated about things they have no ability to change. But does that ever bring happiness? No. It drains them. It robs them of peace. It keeps them stuck. If you want to be happy in any situation, you must train yourself to focus only on what's in your hands. You must learn to let go of what's beyond your reach and take full responsibility for what is within your power. And what is in your power? Your choices, your actions, your attitude, your daily habits. That's where happiness begins. One of the greatest mistakes people make is believing that happiness depends on circumstances. They think, I'll be happy when I get that job, or I'll be happy when people treat me better. But happiness doesn't work that way. If you depend on external things to make you happy, you will always be at the mercy of things you can't control. True happiness comes when you realize that you get to decide how you feel, no matter what's happening around you. Imagine this. You're driving to work, and suddenly someone cuts you off. Now in that moment, you have a choice. You can get angry, honk your horn, let it ruin your mood for the rest of the day. Or you can take a deep breath and move on. The situation is out of your control, but your reaction is always in your hands. Or maybe you're dealing with a difficult person in your life. They criticize you, they bring negativity, and they don't treat you with the respect you deserve. You can't change their behavior, but you can change how you respond. You can choose to stand strong in your self-worth. You can set boundaries. You can decide not to let their words affect your peace. Every single day, life presents you with situations where you must decide where to put your focus. Will you waste energy on things you have no power over? Or will you take control of your emotions, your perspective, and your actions? So how do you start taking control? How do you train yourself to focus only on what you can change? First, practice self-awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts throughout the day. When you catch yourself feeling frustrated, ask yourself, is this something I can control? If the answer is no, then shift your focus. Train yourself to let go of things that don't serve your peace. If you can't change it, don't waste your energy on it. Second, control your daily habits. The way you live each day determines the level of happiness you experience. Are you taking care of your health? Are you surrounding yourself with positive influences? Are you feeding your mind with good information? If not, make changes. Exercise. Eat well. Read books that inspire you. Listen to things that challenge you to grow. The more you build good habits, the stronger your ability to focus on what matters. Third, take responsibility for your emotions. No one else is responsible for how you feel. Not your boss, not your family, not the government, not the weather. You are responsible. If you feel unhappy, ask yourself, what can I do to change this? Instead of blaming people or situations, focus on solutions. Maybe it means changing the way you think. Maybe it means setting new goals. Maybe it means taking action towards something better. But whatever it is, remember that happiness is always in your control. Fourth, stop giving power to negativity. The world is full of distractions. Social media, the news, toxic people. There will always be things that try to pull you into frustration, doubt, or anger. But you get to decide what you focus on. You can choose to step away from negativity. You can choose to fill your mind with things that bring peace and motivation. You can choose to spend time with people who uplift you instead of those who drain you. Every choice you make either adds to your happiness or takes away from it. Fifth, learn to embrace change. One of the reasons people struggle with happiness is because they resist what they cannot control. They want life to go exactly as they planned, and when it doesn't, they feel disappointed. But change is a part of life. Unexpected things will happen. People will come and go. Circumstances will shift. Instead of resisting change, learn to adapt. See every change as an opportunity to grow. Trust that even when things don't go your way, you have the strength to move forward. And finally, focus on what you're grateful for. Gratitude is one of the fastest ways to shift your mindset. When you focus on what's good in your life, you train your brain to see the positive instead of the negative. Every morning, take a moment to think about what you're thankful for. It could be your health, your family, the opportunities you have, or even the simple things like the ability to wake up and start a new day. The more you appreciate what you have, the happier you become. Happiness is not about waiting for life to be perfect. It's about making the best of every situation. It's about training your mind to focus on the right things. It's about taking full responsibility for your emotions, your actions, and your life. Starting today, make the decision to focus on what you can control. Stop wasting time on things that drain you. Stop letting outside circumstances decide how you feel. Take charge of your thoughts, your habits, your responses, and most importantly, choose to be happy. Not someday, not when things get better, but right now, because the moment you take control of your focus, you take control of your happiness. And that is where true freedom begins. Number 2, practice gratitude daily to shift your mindset positively. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools you have to change your life. It shifts your focus, transforms your mindset, and helps you see the good in every situation. When you make gratitude a daily habit, you train your mind to stop focusing on what's missing and start appreciating what you already have. That shift alone can bring more happiness, peace, and fulfillment than anything else. Most people don't take the time to practice gratitude. They rush through life, constantly thinking about what they don't have, what's not going right, or what they wish was different. They wake up feeling stressed, go through their day feeling overwhelmed, and end their night thinking about everything they still need to do. But when you live like that, you miss out on the joy that's already present in your life. Happiness doesn't come from having more. It comes from appreciating what's already here. The moment you learn to be grateful for what you have, your entire perspective changes. You stop seeing problems as obstacles and start seeing them as lessons. You stop focusing on what's wrong and start recognizing what's right. Gratitude doesn't just make you feel better. It makes you stronger, more resilient, and more in control of your emotions. The truth is, life is not perfect. There will always be challenges, unexpected events, and things that don't go as planned. But no matter what happens, there is always something to be grateful for. You might not have everything you want, but you have something. You might be facing difficulties, but you also have the strength to get through them. Gratitude is about shifting your focus from what's lacking to what's present. And the more you do that, the happier you become. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they need a reason to feel grateful. They wait for something big to happen, a promotion, a new relationship, financial success, before they allow themselves to appreciate life. But gratitude isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about recognizing the value in what's already around you. Think about this. Right now you have the ability to hear, to see, to move, to think. You have opportunities to grow, to learn, to connect with others. You have people in your life who care about you, even if it's just one person. You have the ability to wake up each day and make choices that shape your future. If you take a moment to truly see what's in front of you, you'll realize how much you already have. So how do you start making gratitude a daily habit? How do you train your mind to focus on what's good instead of what's missing? First, start every morning with gratitude. Before you reach for your phone, before you start thinking about your to-do list, take a few moments to appreciate something in your life. It could be your health, the people you love, the opportunities ahead of you, or even the simple fact that you get another day to live. The way you start your morning sets the tone for your entire day. When you start with gratitude, you begin the day with a positive mindset. Second, express gratitude throughout the day. Don't just think about it. Speak it, write it, share it. If someone does something kind for you, let them know you appreciate it. If you're having a good moment, acknowledge it. If something challenges you, remind yourself that every experience has a lesson. The more you actively express gratitude, the more natural it becomes. Third, keep a gratitude journal. Every night before you go to bed, write down 3 things you were grateful for that day. They don't have to be big. Small moments matter just as much. Maybe you had a great conversation with a friend. Maybe you enjoyed a meal that made you feel good. Maybe you simply made it through a difficult day. When you make this a habit, you train your brain to focus on what's positive. And over time, this rewires your thinking. Fourth, shift your perspective when things go wrong. Life will have challenges, but gratitude helps you handle them with a stronger mindset. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of focusing on the problem, focus on the lesson. Instead of dwelling on the hardship, appreciate the strength you're gaining from it. The most successful and fulfilled people in the world don't have fewer problems. They just have a different way of looking at them. Fifth, surround yourself with gratitude-minded people. Negativity is contagious, but so is gratitude. Spend time with people who focus on the good, who uplift others, who see the best in situations. Their energy will influence you, and in turn you'll start to think the same way. If you're around negativity all the time, it's harder to see the positive. But if you intentionally seek out people who practice gratitude, it becomes easier to make it a part of your own life. Sixth, use gratitude to improve your relationships. When you appreciate the people in your life, you strengthen your connections with them. Instead of focusing on what they're not doing, focus on what they do right. Instead of taking them for granted, take time to acknowledge their presence. Tell your friends, your family, and your coworkers what you appreciate about them. When people feel valued, relationships grow stronger, and both sides become happier. Finally, make gratitude a part of who you are. Don't just practice it when things are going well. Practice it every single day, no matter what's happening. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it's a decision. It's a way of living that changes how you experience everything. When you choose gratitude, you choose happiness. When you focus on what's good, you find more good. When you appreciate what you have, you naturally attract more to be grateful for. The greatest mistake people make is believing that happiness comes from outside circumstances. But real happiness comes from within. It comes from the decision to see life through a lens of gratitude. It comes from choosing to focus on what's right instead of what's wrong. Number 3. Surround yourself with positive and uplifting people. Always. Your environment shapes your mindset. The people you surround yourself with have a direct impact on your thoughts, emotions, and actions. If you want to be happy in every situation, you must choose your company wisely. Negative influences will drain your energy, limit your growth, and keep you stuck in a cycle of doubt and frustration. But when you surround yourself with positive and uplifting people, everything in your life starts to change for the better. Think about the people you spend the most time with. Do they encourage you? Do they believe in your potential? Do they push you to become a better version of yourself? Or do they constantly complain, criticize, and bring negativity into your life? The reality is, the attitudes and behaviors of those around you influence your own mindset more than you realize. If you spend time with people who always focus on problems, you will start to see life as a struggle. If you are around those who gossip and tear others down, you will begin to adopt the same habits. If your environment is filled with doubt and fear, your confidence will suffer. But when you choose to be around people who see possibilities, who talk about ideas instead of problems, who inspire you to grow, you become more optimistic, more driven, and more fulfilled. One of the most important decisions you will ever make is who you allow into your inner circle. The right people will lift you up, support your goals, and help you see the best in yourself. They will remind you of your strengths and challenge you to keep going when things get tough. But the wrong people will do the opposite. They will drain your energy, make you question your worth, and hold you back from reaching your full potential. Happiness is not just about what you do, it's about who you do it with. You cannot build a positive and fulfilling life if you are surrounded by negativity. If you are serious about creating happiness in every situation, you must take control of your environment and be intentional about the company you keep. So how do you start surrounding yourself with the right people? How do you create an environment that supports your happiness and growth? First, evaluate your current relationships. Take an honest look at the people you interact with daily. Ask yourself, do they bring positivity into my life? Do they support my growth? Do they make me feel better or worse about myself? If certain relationships consistently bring negativity, it may be time to create distance. You don't have to cut people out of your life completely, but you do need to protect your energy. Second, seek out people who inspire and uplift you. Look for those who have a strong sense of purpose, who are kind, driven, and encouraging. These people can be found in many places, through work, community groups, social circles, or even by following leaders and mentors who share your values. The more you surround yourself with people who are striving for growth and fulfillment, the more you will naturally adopt the same mindset. Third, be mindful of how conversations affect you. Pay attention to the topics discussed when you're with others. Do the conversations focus on growth, opportunity, and encouragement, or are they filled with complaints, gossip, and negativity? If you consistently feel drained or uninspired after being around certain people, that's a sign to shift your environment. Choose to spend more time with those who bring value to your life. Fourth, set clear boundaries. Protecting your happiness means being selective about what you allow into your space. If someone is constantly negative, it's okay to limit your interactions with them. If a relationship is one-sided and leaves you feeling exhausted, it's okay to step back. Boundaries are not about shutting people out. They are about ensuring that your environment supports your well-being. Fifth, be the kind of person you want to attract. If you want to be around uplifting people, you must also be uplifting. Support others, offer encouragement, and bring a positive attitude into your interactions. The energy you give out is the energy you attract. When you are someone who spreads positivity, you naturally draw like-minded people into your life. Sixth, learn to recognize toxic relationships. Not everyone deserves a place in your inner circle. If someone constantly belittles you, makes you feel unworthy, or discourages your dreams, they are not helping you grow. True friends want to see you succeed. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, support, and encouragement. If someone's presence is consistently making your life harder, you have the right to walk away. Seventh, spend time with those who challenge you to improve. Growth happens when you are surrounded by people who push you to think bigger, work harder, and strive for more. The best relationships are those that inspire you to keep learning and evolving. Seek out mentors, coaches, and friends who encourage you to step outside your comfort zone and aim higher. Eighth, limit exposure to negativity from all sources. It's not just about the people in your life, it's also about the information you consume. If you constantly listen to negative news, scroll through social media that makes you feel inadequate, or engage in content that promotes fear and division, it will affect your mindset. Choose to fill your mind with things that uplift and inspire you. Ninth, build a support system that aligns with your goals. If you want to grow in your career, connect with those who have similar ambitions. If you want to improve your health, spend time with people who prioritize well-being. If you want to be more optimistic, surround yourself with those who see life with hope and enthusiasm. Your environment should align with the life you are building. Finally, never settle for relationships that drain you. You deserve to be around people who bring joy, encouragement, and positivity into your life. Choose to spend your time with those who celebrate your wins, uplift you during challenges, and remind you of your strength when you forget. Life is too short to waste on relationships that do not support your happiness and growth. The quality of your life is directly influenced by the people you surround yourself with. If you want to be happy in every situation, you must choose your company with intention. Fill your life with those who bring out the best in you, who challenge you to grow, and who make you feel valued. Happiness is not just a personal choice, it's also a reflection of the environment you create. Choose wisely, and your life will transform. Number 4. Embrace challenges as opportunities to grow and improve. Challenges are not roadblocks. They are opportunities to grow, improve, and become stronger. Every challenge you face has the potential to teach you something valuable, to build your resilience, and to shape you into the person you are meant to be. But too many people see challenges as setbacks instead of stepping stones. They let difficulties discourage them, make them doubt themselves, and stop them from moving forward. The truth is, how you respond to challenges determines whether they break you or build you. Every successful person has faced struggles. Every strong person has been tested. Growth does not come from staying in your comfort zone. It comes from overcoming difficulties, learning from failure, and pushing through obstacles. The most powerful shift you can make in your mindset is to stop seeing challenges as problems and start seeing them as opportunities. The reality is, life will never be free of challenges. There will always be difficulties, setbacks, and unexpected situations. But if you embrace them with the right mindset, they will help you grow in ways you never imagined. When you stop resisting challenges and start learning from them, you become unstoppable. So how do you start embracing challenges as opportunities instead of problems? How do you train your mind to see growth instead of struggle? First, change the way you think about difficulty. Instead of saying, "This is too hard," tell yourself, "This is making me stronger." Instead of seeing failure as a reason to quit, see it as a lesson that is teaching you something important. Your mind is powerful, and the way you talk to yourself determines how you handle challenges. If you believe difficulties are working against you, you will feel stuck. But if you believe they are working for you, you will keep moving forward. Second, focus on what you can learn. Every challenge carries a lesson. Maybe it's teaching you patience. Maybe it's showing you an area where you need to improve. Maybe it's preparing you for something bigger in the future. If you pay attention, challenges will teach you things that success never could. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" That simple shift in perspective can turn frustration into growth. Third, take responsibility for your response. You cannot always control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. You can choose to complain, give up, or feel sorry for yourself. Or you can choose to adapt, learn, and get better. No challenge has the power to defeat you unless you let it. When you take responsibility for your attitude, you take control of your growth. Fourth, build resilience through action. The more you push through challenges, the stronger you become. When you face difficulties head-on, you develop confidence in your ability to handle anything life throws at you. Avoiding challenges only makes you weaker, but tackling them builds the mental toughness you need to succeed. Growth comes from doing things that challenge you, from stepping outside your comfort zone, and from proving to yourself that you are capable. Fifth, reframe setbacks as progress. Just because something is difficult does not mean you are failing. Growth is not always easy or comfortable, but it is always happening. Every time you face a challenge, you are becoming more experienced, more knowledgeable, and more prepared for future success. Instead of seeing struggles as signs that you are not good enough, see them as proof that you are growing. Sixth, seek solutions instead of dwelling on problems. When faced with a challenge, some people focus on why things are going wrong. They complain, they blame, and they waste energy on negativity. But successful people focus on finding a way forward. They ask themselves, "What can I do to improve this situation? How can I solve this problem? What is the next step I can take?" The faster you shift your focus from the problem to the solution, the faster you can move forward. Seventh, develop a mindset of perseverance. Most challenges do not defeat people. Giving up does. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not the absence of difficulties, but the determination to keep going. Challenges will test you, but perseverance will push you through. If you are committed to growth, nothing can stop you. Eighth, surround yourself with people who embrace challenges. If you spend time with people who avoid difficulties, and complain about their struggles, you will adopt the same mindset. But if you are around people who see challenges as opportunities, who stay determined in tough times, and who push themselves to grow, you will develop that same strength. Find mentors, friends, and role models who inspire you to embrace growth. Ninth, trust that challenges are preparing you for something greater. Every successful person has a story of struggle. Every strong person has overcome difficulties. Your challenges are shaping you for a future that you may not see yet. The lessons you are learning now will make you more capable, more prepared, and more successful in the future. Trust that every struggle has a purpose. Finally, commit to lifelong growth. Challenges will never disappear, but your ability to handle them can improve. Every challenge you overcome makes the next one easier. Every lesson you learn makes you stronger. If you embrace growth as a way of life, you will never fear challenges again. Instead, you will welcome them, knowing they are shaping you into the person you are meant to be. The key to happiness is not avoiding difficulties. It is learning how to grow through them. If you want to live a fulfilled and meaningful life, you must train yourself to embrace challenges instead of running from them. The strongest, most successful, and most fulfilled people in the world did not get there by having an easy life. They got there by choosing to grow through every challenge they faced. Number 5. Smile genuinely to boost your mood and energy. Smiling is one of the simplest and most powerful ways to improve your mood, boost your energy, and enhance your overall well-being. It costs nothing, takes no effort, and can instantly change how you feel. Yet, many people underestimate its power. They go through their day carrying stress, frustration, and negativity on their faces, not realizing that something as simple as a genuine smile could make all the difference. Science has proven that smiling releases endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin, natural chemicals that make you feel happier and more energized. When you smile, your brain interprets it as a sign of happiness, even if you weren't feeling great before. It's like flipping a switch that turns on positive emotions. The best part is, you don't have to wait for something good to happen to smile. You can choose to smile first, and happiness will follow. Think about a time when you were feeling down, but someone smiled at you with warmth and kindness. Didn't it instantly lift your spirits? Smiling is contagious. When you smile at others, they are more likely to smile back, creating a cycle of positivity. That means your simple act of smiling doesn't just improve your own mood. It spreads joy to those around you. Smiling also has a direct impact on your energy levels. When you feel drained or unmotivated, smiling can give you an instant boost. It helps reduce stress, lowers blood pressure, and increases overall feelings of well-being. It's like a natural energy shot, but without the crash. Instead of reaching for another cup of coffee when you're feeling sluggish, try smiling. Your body will respond with a renewed sense of energy. So how can you make smiling a habit? How can you use it to transform your mood and improve your life every day? First, start your day with a smile. Before you even get out of bed, take a moment to smile. It may feel strange at first, but doing this simple act can set the tone for your entire day. When you begin your morning with positivity, it's easier to carry that energy throughout the day. Second, practice smiling even when you don't feel like it. Life is not always easy, and challenges can sometimes make it hard to smile. But the truth is, smiling in difficult moments is when it matters most. Instead of waiting for happiness to come to you, take control by choosing to smile first. Even in stressful situations, a genuine smile can help you feel calmer and more in control. Third, use smiling as a reset button. Throughout the day, you may encounter frustrations, setbacks, or stressful situations. Instead of letting those moments steal your joy, take a deep breath and smile. It's a simple way to reset your mindset and remind yourself that you are in control of how you feel. Fourth, smile when interacting with others. Whether you're talking to a friend, a coworker, or even a stranger, a smile can make the conversation more positive and enjoyable. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate warmth and happiness. When you smile, you make others feel comfortable, appreciated, and valued. Fifth, pay attention to how your body reacts when you smile. Notice the way your face relaxes, how your mood shifts, and how your energy levels rise. When you become aware of these benefits, you'll be more motivated to make smiling a regular habit. Sixth, surround yourself with people who smile often. Just as negativity can be contagious, so can positivity. Being around people who smile frequently will encourage you to do the same. Their energy will uplift you, and your shared positivity will create an environment of joy and enthusiasm. Seventh, use smiling as a tool for confidence. When you smile, you appear more approachable, self-assured, and open to new opportunities. Whether you're in a meeting, giving a presentation, or simply walking into a room, a smile can make you feel more in control and ready to handle any situation. Eighth, smile at yourself in the mirror. This might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's a powerful practice. Smiling at yourself reinforces self-love and self-acceptance. It reminds you that happiness starts from within and that you have the power to choose how you feel. Ninth, remember that your smile is a gift. You never know how much someone might need a little kindness. A smile can brighten someone's day, ease their worries, or even give them hope. By sharing your smile, you contribute to making the world a better place, one small act at a time. Finally, make smiling a lifelong habit. It's easy to let stress, frustration, or negativity take over. But the more you practice smiling, the more natural it becomes. It's a habit that requires no effort, yet it can change everything about how you experience life. Happiness is not something you find, it's something you create. And smiling is one of the easiest ways to bring happiness into your life every single day. It is a choice, a habit, and a powerful tool that can transform your mood, boost your energy, and improve the way you experience the world. Number 6, forgive quickly to free yourself from emotional burdens. Forgiveness is not about letting someone else off the hook. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of resentment, anger, and pain. When you hold on to grudges, you carry an emotional burden that drains your energy, clouds your mind, and keeps you stuck in the past. The longer you hold on to it, the heavier it becomes. But the moment you choose to forgive, you release that burden and open the door to peace, happiness, and emotional freedom. Many people struggle with forgiveness because they believe it means excusing bad behavior or pretending that the hurt never happened. But that's not what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is not about saying that what someone did was right. It's about deciding that you will no longer allow their actions to control your emotions. It's about choosing your own peace over holding on to bitterness. When you refuse to forgive, you give power to the very thing that hurt you. You allow past wounds to take up space in your mind, affecting your thoughts, mood, and even your physical health. Stress, anxiety, and even illness can stem from holding on to negative emotions. But when you forgive, you take back your power. You choose to move forward rather than staying trapped in the past. The truth is, everyone makes mistakes. At some point in life, you will hurt others, just as others have hurt you. But imagine if you were never given a chance to make things right. Imagine if every mistake you made was held against you forever. Would you want to be defined by your worst moments? Probably not. And just as you hope for understanding when you fall short, others need that same grace. So how do you forgive quickly? How do you free yourself from emotional burdens without waiting for time to heal the wounds? First, recognize that forgiveness is a choice, not a feeling. You don't have to wait until you feel like forgiving someone. If you wait for the anger to disappear on its own, it may never happen. Forgiveness is a conscious decision to let go of resentment, even when the pain is still there. The act of forgiving comes first, and the emotional relief follows. Second, stop replaying the past in your mind. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to forgive is because they constantly relive the hurt. They replay the moment over and over, keeping the wound fresh. But if you want to heal, you have to stop feeding the pain. Make a decision to stop revisiting the situation in your mind. Shift your focus to the present and the future, instead of dwelling on what cannot be changed. Third, remind yourself that forgiveness is for you, not for them. The person who hurt you may never apologize. They may never acknowledge their mistake. But forgiveness is not about them. It's about your own well-being. Holding on to resentment does not punish them. It punishes you. It keeps you stuck in a cycle of negativity, while they may not even be thinking about what happened. Choose to forgive not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Fourth, release the need for revenge or justice. Many people hold on to anger because they believe that forgiving means the other person wins. They think that if they let go, it means they are weak. But real strength comes from rising above the pain, not from clinging to it. Justice may never come in the way you want, but carrying anger will only hurt you in the long run. Choose to move forward instead of waiting for the past to be rewritten. Fifth, put yourself in the other person's shoes. This does not mean justifying their actions, but it does mean recognizing that people often act out of their own pain, struggles, or ignorance. Sometimes people hurt others without realizing the full impact of their actions. Sometimes they were acting from a place of fear, insecurity, or personal issues they had not dealt with. When you begin to see people as imperfect human beings, rather than just as their mistakes, it becomes easier to forgive. Sixth, practice empathy. Think about times when you have needed forgiveness. Think about moments when you made a mistake, said something wrong, or hurt someone unintentionally. How did it feel to be forgiven? How did it feel to know that someone gave you another chance? Giving that same gift to others is one of the most powerful ways to free yourself from resentment. Seventh, set boundaries where needed. Forgiveness does not mean allowing someone to continue hurting you. It does not mean you have to remain close to the person or trust them again. You can forgive someone while still protecting yourself from future harm. Forgiveness is about releasing the emotional burden, but it does not mean tolerating unhealthy behavior. If necessary, set clear boundaries to ensure your own well-being. Eighth, let time work in your favor. While forgiveness is a choice, healing does take time. Some wounds are deeper than others. Some betrayals are harder to let go of. But even if forgiveness feels difficult, remind yourself that each day is a step forward. Choose forgiveness daily, and over time the emotional weight will lessen. Ninth, surround yourself with positive influences. Being around people who encourage peace, understanding, and emotional growth will help you maintain a mindset of forgiveness. On the other hand, surrounding yourself with those who encourage negativity, resentment, or revenge will make it harder to let go. Choose an environment that supports your emotional freedom. Finally, focus on your future instead of your past. Holding on to resentment keeps you locked in old emotions and prevents you from fully enjoying the present. Every moment spent in anger is a moment stolen from your happiness. The best way to move forward is to fill your life with new experiences, new relationships, and new goals. When you are focused on growth, there is no room for bitterness. Forgiveness is not about weakness, it is about strength. It takes courage to let go of pain. It takes wisdom to understand that resentment does not change the past. It takes emotional maturity to choose peace over anger. But once you do, you will feel a sense of freedom that nothing else can provide. Number 7. Live in the present and appreciate every moment. Living in the present is one of the greatest keys to happiness. Too many people spend their lives stuck in the past or worrying about the future, missing out on what is happening right now. But the present moment is the only time you truly have. The past is gone. The future is uncertain. The only thing that is real is this moment, right here, right now. And when you learn to appreciate it, you unlock a level of joy and peace that nothing else can give you. Many people carry regrets from the past. They replay old mistakes, relive painful moments, and wish they could go back and change things. But no matter how much you think about it, the past will never change. It is over. What happened has happened. The only thing you can control is what you do now. The more time you spend looking back, the more you miss what is happening in front of you. Others spend their time worrying about the future. They stress about what could go wrong, what might happen, and what they cannot control. But the future is not guaranteed. Worrying about it does not change it. All it does is steal your peace and make you anxious. Instead of focusing on what might happen later, focus on what is happening right now. Because this moment is where life happens. So how do you start living in the present? How do you appreciate every moment and truly experience life as it unfolds? First, slow down and pay attention to what is around you. Most people rush through life, moving from one task to the next, without truly experiencing what they are doing. They eat without tasting their food. They talk without really listening. They go through the day on autopilot, missing the beauty of simple moments. But when you slow down and pay attention, you start to see life differently. Notice the warmth of the sun on your skin. Listen to the sound of laughter. Feel the joy of small victories. Life is happening all around you. Take the time to experience it. Second, let go of distractions. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to live in the present is because they are constantly distracted. They check their phones every few minutes. They let their minds wander to work, responsibilities, or things they need to do later. But when you are always distracted, you miss what is happening in front of you. Set aside time to unplug. Be fully present in conversations. Focus on what you are doing, instead of thinking about 100 other things. The more present you are, the more you will appreciate life. Third, practice gratitude. When you focus on what you are grateful for, you naturally start appreciating the present moment. Instead of thinking about what you do not have, you begin to see what you do have. Instead of waiting for something big to happen before you feel happy, you start finding joy in the little things. Every day, take a moment to appreciate something around you. A kind word, a good meal, a peaceful moment. The more you practice gratitude, the more happiness you will feel. Fourth, stop waiting for the perfect moment. Many people think they will be happy later, when they get a better job, when they buy a house, when they reach a goal. But life does not start in the future. Life is happening now. If you are always waiting for something else, you will never be truly happy. Happiness is not in some distant moment. It is in the simple joys of today. Instead of waiting for perfect conditions, enjoy the present, because if you cannot find happiness now, you will not find it later, either. Fifth, embrace what is happening, even if it is not perfect. Life is not always easy. There will be challenges, struggles, and moments of discomfort. But if you always resist what is happening, you create stress and frustration. Instead of fighting reality, accept it, learn from it. Find something to appreciate even in difficult moments. Every experience, good or bad, is part of your journey. When you embrace life as it comes, you open yourself to growth, wisdom, and peace. Sixth, focus on the people around you. Relationships are one of the most valuable parts of life. But too often, people are physically present, but mentally elsewhere. They are with family but thinking about work. They are having a conversation but checking their phone. Real connections happen when you are fully present. When you talk to someone, look them in the eye. Listen with your full attention. Appreciate the time you have with them. You never know how much time you have with someone. Cherish every moment. Seventh, let go of the need to control everything. One of the biggest sources of stress is trying to control things that are out of your hands. But the truth is, you cannot control everything. You cannot control other people's actions. You cannot control the future. And you cannot predict every outcome. The more you try, the more frustrated you become. Instead of trying to control everything, focus on what you can control: your attitude, your choices, your actions. Let go of the rest and trust that things will work out. Eighth, take time to do things you enjoy. Life is not just about responsibilities. It is also about joy. But many people get so caught up in work, stress, and obligations that they forget to enjoy themselves. Make time for the things that make you happy. Read a book, go for a walk, laugh with friends, do something creative. Life is meant to be lived, not just managed. The more you enjoy each moment, the more fulfilling your life will be. Ninth, stop comparing your life to others. One of the biggest thieves of joy is comparison. When you compare your life to someone else's, you stop appreciating your own. But everyone is on a different journey. Everyone has struggles you do not see. Instead of focusing on what others have, focus on what makes your life meaningful. Appreciate what is unique about your own path. The more you focus on your own happiness, the less you will worry about what others are doing. Finally, remind yourself daily that life is short. None of us are guaranteed tomorrow. The moments you have today will never come again. Someday you will look back and wish you had appreciated the simple things more. The conversations, the laughter, the little moments that seemed ordinary, but were actually priceless. Do not wait until later to realize how precious life is. Choose to appreciate it now. Living in the present is not just about being mindful. It is about truly experiencing life. It is about letting go of worries that do not serve you, appreciating the people around you, and finding joy in the simple things. It is about realizing that happiness is not something you find in the future, but something you create in this very moment. Number 8. Help others selflessly to find deeper joy within. Helping others selflessly is one of the most powerful ways to experience true joy. Many people search for happiness in success, money, or achievements. But the deepest fulfillment comes from making a difference in someone else's life. When you give without expecting anything in return, you create a sense of purpose, connection, and meaning that no material success can provide. The human heart is wired for kindness. When you help someone, your brain releases chemicals that boost happiness and reduce stress. It creates a feeling of warmth and satisfaction that lasts longer than any temporary pleasure. But the greatest reward is not just the feeling. It is knowing that you have made someone's life a little better. That feeling stays with you. It reminds you that your life has value beyond your own needs and desires. Many people believe that giving requires money or big actions, but that is not true. Helping others does not mean you have to make grand gestures. It can be something as simple as a kind word, a smile, or an act of encouragement. Small actions can have a big impact. A simple act of kindness can change someone's entire day. And when you start making kindness a habit, it transforms not only the lives of others but your own as well. So how do you start helping others selflessly? How do you make giving a part of your everyday life? First, recognize that everyone is going through something. Every person you meet is carrying burdens you cannot see. They may be struggling with pain, loss, or loneliness. They may be fighting battles in silence. A kind act, no matter how small, can remind them that they are not alone. Even if you cannot solve their problems, you can offer kindness, patience, and understanding. And sometimes that is exactly what someone needs. Second, start with the people around you. Many people think about helping strangers or donating to big causes, but sometimes the people who need your help the most are the ones closest to you. A family member who is feeling overwhelmed, a friend who needs encouragement, a coworker who is struggling in silence. Look around and ask yourself, who can I support today? Helping others begins with paying attention to the people in your own life. Third, give without expecting anything in return. True generosity comes from a place of sincerity. It is not about recognition, rewards, or favors in return. It is about giving because you genuinely care. When you give freely without conditions, you experience the purest form of joy. You are not giving for praise. You are giving because it feels right. And that kind of giving brings deep and lasting happiness. Fourth, listen more than you speak. One of the greatest gifts you can give someone is your attention. In a world full of distractions, truly listening to someone is rare. When you listen with your full attention, without interrupting, without waiting for your turn to speak, you make someone feel heard and valued. Sometimes people do not need advice. They do not need solutions. They just need to know that someone cares. Fifth, find ways to serve in your community. Giving back does not require wealth or fame. It simply requires a willingness to contribute. Volunteer at a shelter. Help at a local school. Support a charity. Find causes that align with your values and dedicate time to making a difference. The more you contribute to the well-being of others, the more fulfilled you become. Sixth, be kind even when no one is watching. True character is shown in what you do when no one else is looking. Being kind when there is no recognition, no applause, and no reward is what defines selflessness. Hold the door open for someone. Help a stranger in need. Offer words of encouragement to someone who looks down. These small acts of kindness may seem insignificant, but to the person receiving them, they can mean everything. Seventh, practice patience and understanding. Not everyone will treat you kindly. Not everyone will appreciate your efforts, but true giving is not about how others respond. It is about who you choose to be. When someone is rude, respond with patience. When someone makes a mistake, offer grace. When someone is struggling, offer support instead of judgment. The more you practice patience and understanding, the more peace and joy you create for yourself and others. Eighth, share your knowledge and skills. One of the most powerful ways to help others is by sharing what you know. Teach someone a skill that can improve their life. Offer guidance to someone who is struggling. If you have experience in something, Use it to help others grow. Knowledge is one of the most valuable gifts you can give, and when you share it freely, you create a ripple effect of growth and success. Ninth, make kindness a daily habit. Helping others is not just something you do occasionally, it is a way of life. Look for ways to be kind every single day. It does not have to be complicated. Compliment someone. Encourage a friend. Offer help without being asked. Smile at a stranger. When kindness becomes a habit, it transforms the way you experience life. Finally, understand that giving is not just about others, it is also about you. When you help others, you create a deep sense of fulfillment that no material success can replace. It reminds you that your life has meaning. It connects you to something greater than yourself, and it brings a level of joy that nothing else can provide. Helping others selflessly is not just about making the world a better place, it is about making yourself better. It teaches you gratitude. It strengthens your character. It fills your life with purpose. And when you give without expecting anything in return, you will find that the greatest reward is not what you receive. It is the joy of knowing you made a difference. Number 9. Replace negative thoughts with empowering and uplifting beliefs. The way you think shapes the way you live. Our thoughts influence our actions, decisions, and emotions. They have the power to either lift us up or drag us down. One of the most powerful ways to transform your life is to replace negative thoughts with empowering and uplifting beliefs. When you learn to change your mindset, you create a foundation for lasting happiness, success, and inner peace. Many people believe their circumstances dictate their happiness, but the truth is, it's not your situation that controls your feelings. It's your mindset. Negative thoughts, whether about yourself or the world around you, can have a profound impact on your mental health, well-being, and even your future. When you constantly focus on what's wrong, you miss out on all the potential that lies within you. Your mind becomes clouded with doubt, fear, and limitation, and these negative beliefs hold you back from experiencing life to its fullest. However, the good news is that you have the power to change how you think. You can choose to replace those negative self-limiting thoughts with positive, empowering beliefs that support your growth and success. This process is not always easy, but it is possible, and it starts with awareness. First, recognize when negative thoughts arise. Awareness is the first step in changing your thought patterns. You may not realize how often you think negatively, but it happens more often than you might think. These negative thoughts often come in the form of self-doubt, worry, fear of failure, or feelings of inadequacy. When you catch yourself thinking in a negative way, stop and take note. Don't judge yourself, just observe. Recognizing these thoughts gives you the power to change them. Next, challenge the validity of those thoughts. Negative thoughts often stem from false beliefs or past experiences that have shaped how you see the world. When a negative thought arises, ask yourself, is this thought really true? Is it based on facts, or is it a story I'm telling myself? More often than not, these negative thoughts are based on assumptions, fears, or past failures that no longer serve you. When you challenge the negative thought, you take away its power. Instead of allowing it to control you, you gain control over it. Now begin replacing those negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Affirmations are powerful statements that reinforce positive beliefs about yourself and your abilities. Instead of thinking, I'm not good enough, replace that with, I am capable of achieving anything I set my mind to. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, focus on what could go right. Every time a negative thought enters your mind, consciously replace it with an empowering one. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It means shifting your focus to what you can control and believing that you have the strength to overcome any obstacles. It's important to understand that changing your thought patterns is not a one-time event. It's a process that requires patience and consistency. The more you practice replacing negative thoughts with positive ones, the easier it becomes. Over time, your mind will naturally gravitate toward uplifting beliefs, and you'll start to notice a shift in your overall outlook on life. You'll begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth instead of insurmountable problems. You'll find yourself feeling more confident, optimistic, and empowered. Another way to replace negative thoughts with positive beliefs is by surrounding yourself with positive influences. The people you spend time with, the media you consume, and the environments you put yourself in all play a role in shaping your mindset. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, whether it's negative people, news, or social media, it will be harder to maintain a positive, empowering mindset. On the other hand, when you seek out positive influences, you'll be more likely to adopt an optimistic and empowering perspective. Spend time with people who uplift and inspire you. Read books that encourage personal growth and positivity. Listen to podcasts, watch videos, or attend seminars that promote empowerment and self-belief. When you immerse yourself in positive influences, you reinforce the empowering beliefs you want to adopt, and they become a natural part of your thinking. One of the most effective ways to replace negative thoughts with empowering beliefs is by focusing on gratitude. Gratitude has the power to shift your perspective and transform your mindset. When you practice gratitude, you train your mind to focus on what's good in your life, rather than what's lacking. This shift in focus helps you develop a mindset of abundance instead of scarcity. When you're grateful for the blessings you already have, you begin to believe that more good things are on the way. Make it a daily habit to reflect on the things you're grateful for. This practice doesn't have to be complicated. Simply take a moment each day to acknowledge the things that bring you joy, peace, or fulfillment. It could be something as simple as a beautiful sunset, a kind gesture from a friend, or the opportunity to learn something new. As you make gratitude a regular part of your life, your mind will naturally begin to focus on the positive aspects of your life, and the negative thoughts will lose their grip on you. As you work on replacing negative thoughts with empowering beliefs, it's important to remember that setbacks and challenges are part of the process. You will face moments of doubt, fear, and frustration, but these moments do not define you. What matters is how you respond. When negative thoughts arise, remind yourself that they are just temporary. You can choose to rise above them and embrace the empowering beliefs that will help you move forward. It's also helpful to surround yourself with positive affirmations that remind you of your worth and potential. Write them down and post them where you can see them daily. Place them on your mirror, your desk, or even in your car. When you see these affirmations regularly, they become ingrained in your subconscious mind, reinforcing the empowering beliefs you're working to adopt. Lastly, understand that you are not alone in this journey. Many people struggle with negative thoughts, but they have also learned to overcome them. You are capable of transforming your mindset and creating a life that reflects your true potential. It won't happen overnight, but with dedication and persistence, you will begin to see the changes you desire. Every positive thought you choose to focus on brings you one step closer to the empowering mindset that will lead to a more fulfilling life. By replacing negative thoughts with empowering beliefs, you not only improve your own well-being, but you also set an example for others. When you approach life with a positive, empowering mindset, you inspire those around you to do the same. You become a beacon of hope and possibility for others, showing them that it is possible to rise above self-doubt and fear and embrace the power of positive thinking. Number 10. Take care of your body to strengthen your happiness. Taking care of your body is one of the most direct and powerful ways to enhance your happiness. Often, people overlook the connection between physical health and emotional well-being, but they are deeply intertwined. The state of your body affects your mood, energy levels, and even your mental clarity. When you take care of your physical health, you create a foundation that supports all areas of your life, including your happiness. To begin with, it's important to understand that your body is your most valuable asset. It carries you through every moment of your life, and when it's well cared for, it becomes an ally in your pursuit of happiness. If you treat your body with respect and prioritize its needs, you'll notice improvements not only in your physical health, but also in your emotional and mental states. Start with the basics. Nutrition. What you eat has a profound impact on your energy, mood, and overall well-being. A balanced diet filled with nutrient-dense foods such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats will fuel your body and mind. When you eat whole foods, your body receives the vitamins and minerals it needs to function optimally, and you'll feel more energized and focused throughout the day. On the other hand, consuming processed foods, sugary snacks, and unhealthy fats can leave you feeling sluggish, irritable, and mentally foggy. Eating well isn't about being perfect or following restrictive diets. It's about making mindful choices that nourish your body. When you choose wholesome foods that provide long-lasting energy, you're not only improving your physical health, but you're also giving yourself the emotional clarity and strength needed to face life's challenges. When your body feels good, your mind is clearer, and your capacity for joy and happiness expands. Along with good nutrition, hydration is key. Water is essential for every cell in your body. It keeps you energized, helps with digestion, regulates body temperature, and supports mental clarity. Dehydration can lead to fatigue, headaches, and poor concentration, making it more difficult to focus and stay positive. Drinking enough water throughout the day is a simple but powerful way to take care of yourself and maintain a high level of energy and mood. Make hydration a priority and notice the difference in how you feel. Another crucial aspect of taking care of your body is exercise. Physical activity is one of the most effective ways to boost your mood and overall happiness. When you exercise, your body releases endorphins, the feel-good hormones that promote a sense of happiness and well-being. Exercise doesn't have to mean going to the gym or running marathons. Anything that gets you moving counts. Whether it's a walk in the park, yoga, dancing, or playing a sport, find an activity that you enjoy and make it a regular part of your routine. Exercise not only improves your physical fitness, but also reduces stress and anxiety. It clears your mind, releases built-up tension, and gives you a sense of accomplishment. When you make time for regular physical activity, you are investing in your happiness and emotional resilience. Movement allows you to release negative emotions and shift your focus to the present moment, helping you cultivate a positive mindset and increased happiness. Sleep is another critical component of self-care that directly influences your happiness. Quality sleep is essential for physical recovery, emotional balance, and mental clarity. When you don't get enough rest, your mood can suffer, and you may feel irritable, tired, and less motivated. Prioritize sleep by creating a bedtime routine that allows you to unwind and relax before going to bed. Avoid electronics, caffeine, and heavy meals close to bedtime, and instead focus on creating a calming environment. Getting enough rest not only improves your physical health, but also boosts your emotional well-being. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health when it comes to happiness. Stress, anxiety, and negative thoughts can take a toll on your body, affecting your energy levels, immune system, and overall sense of well-being. Taking care of your body involves addressing your mental health as well. Practice stress-relieving techniques, such as mindfulness, meditation, or deep breathing exercises. These practices help reduce stress, calm your mind, and promote a sense of peace and happiness. Taking care of your body also means nurturing your self-care habits. Self-care isn't just about physical appearance. It's about engaging in activities that support your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, enjoying a hobby, or simply taking time to relax, self-care is essential for maintaining happiness. You must make time for yourself to recharge, reflect, and rejuvenate. Building a self-care routine that works for you is a way of telling yourself that you matter. It's a form of self-respect that directly influences your happiness. When you take time for self-care, you are affirming that your well-being is important and worth investing in. This practice contributes to a positive self-image and helps you feel more balanced, centered, and capable of facing life's challenges with resilience. In addition to these physical practices, taking care of your body includes listening to it. Your body has its own unique rhythm, and it's important to tune in to its signals. Pay attention to how you feel throughout the day. Are you feeling tired? Do you need rest or a break? Are you feeling stressed? Are you pushing yourself too hard? Being mindful of your body's needs allows you to take action when something feels off, preventing burnout and helping you maintain a healthier state. Another often overlooked aspect of body care is posture. How you carry yourself can influence how you feel. When you stand or sit up straight, with your shoulders back and your head held high, you automatically feel more confident and positive. Poor posture, on the other hand, can lead to physical discomfort, including back pain, headaches, and low energy. By maintaining good posture, you not only reduce physical strain, but you also send a signal to your mind that you're confident and capable. There's also the social element of taking care of your body. Social connections have a significant impact on both physical and emotional health. Surrounding yourself with supportive, positive people who encourage you to live a healthy lifestyle can reinforce your commitment to taking care of yourself. Positive relationships provide a sense of belonging, security, and emotional support, all of which are important for happiness. Lastly, taking care of your body involves practicing self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself and recognize that taking care of your health is a journey, not a destination. You will have days when you slip up, or when you don't feel your best, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep moving forward and continue making choices that support your happiness and well-being. When you prioritize your physical health, you're not just enhancing your body, you're enhancing your life. A healthy body supports a happy mind, and when you take care of yourself, you set the stage for joy, fulfillment, and success. By nourishing your body with healthy food, staying active, getting enough sleep, and practicing self-care, you create a foundation for happiness that can carry you through even the toughest times. The more you invest in taking care of your body, the more your overall happiness will flourish.